Alright, as always, you can go to YouTube channel My Medical Nightmare and see 40 plus hours video on everything that happened to me. June 25th, 2024. UAB to acquire Ascension St. Vincent's Hospital System in $450 million deal. This is according to AL.com. Included in this agreement is a change of hands in ownership to St. Vincent's Hospital in downtown Birmingham, St. Vincent's East, St. Vincent's St. Clair, that's in Pell City, St. Vincent's Blunt, and St. Vincent's Chilton. Physician offices are also included, the freestanding emergency department in Trussville, the 119 campus and imaging centers, as well as current Ascension St. Vincent's services, facilities, caregivers, associates, and their network of providers. UAB says they are hopeful that most, if not all, of the Ascension St. Vincent's roughly 5,000 caregivers and associates will remain in their roles. The representative says UAB Health System plans to operate the hospitals without any changes and has no plans to eliminate or consolidate services. Want to know what to expect when UAB takes over Ascension St. Vincent's? Here's a sneak preview, courtesy AL.com. 5 families file lawsuits claiming UAB stole organs from Alabama prison inmates. The families of 5 men who died in Alabama prisons are suing the prison system and University of Alabama at Birmingham Medical Center, arguing that the state's biggest hospital is stealing organs from inmates after conducting autopsies. This news is dated April 18th, 2024. The lawsuits each allege that the university took and kept inmates' organs without consent. Some of the families were able to get the organs returned. The Kennedy family lawsuit mentions a representative from UAB told them their Department of Pathology takes organs all the time, and that UAB is a teaching institution, and every teaching institution that does autopsies keeps their organs. While the new lawsuits don't say what happened to the organs, in 2018, a group of UAB medical students were concerned about the body parts and tissues they were using as part of their training in the university had come from people who had died in prison. They took their concerns to the Ethics Oversight Committee. Several of the UAB students later appeared before the committee and were told that the removal of organs was part of the process for autopsies performed on prisoners. That panel also emphasized that the organs would benefit future doctors' training, and if they were not used, they would just be thrown away. Thus, it was a position of the Ethics Committee that the autopsy process and the teaching uses of specimens obtained through the autopsy on incarcerated individuals in the current fashion would be ethically permissible. That's according to the lawsuit. Alright, UAB has been in an alliance with Ascension St. Vincent's since 2020. Ascension St. Vincent's is in turn operated and owned as a ministry of the Catholic Church. Notably absent since these claims of UAB stealing organs of the deceased coming to light is an official statement or position by the church or Ascension St. Vincent's. The official church position on illegal theft and organ trade is pretty clear. The church views it as a crime against humanity. In 2017, a conference on organ trafficking was held at the Vatican. 11 proposals submitted. Participants included 80 doctors, law enforcement officials, representatives of health and non-government organizations. They released a joint statement. We, the undersigned, pledge our commitment to combat these illicit and immoral practices as a community of stakeholders fulfilling the directive of Pope Francis to combat human trafficking and organ trafficking in all their condemnable forms. Likewise, the Catholic Eternal World Television Network, EWTN, is based in Birmingham, Alabama, just a few miles from UAB. They claim to reach 425 million people in 160 countries. They also have not covered this issue. It's baffling to me how the church and Ascension St. Vincent's can remain silent on this issue and are in fact rewarding UAB by selling them the 5 hospitals and 19 ambulatory sites for virtually pennies on the dollar. The main hospital in downtown Birmingham reportedly makes around $500 million in revenue annually.
Thank you for calling Ascension. At this time, our administrative office is closed and our associates are working from home to limit the spread of the coronavirus. To leave a message in the general delivery mailbox, please press 2. Thank you. You've reached the Ascension System Office general mailbox. After the tone, leave a detailed message and someone will respond to your call. Thank you.
I'm trying to reach CEO Joseph Pichike, and he can contact me at that number, and I have a message that I would like to give to Ascension. Between 2018 and 2019, I was an emergency department patient at Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe I had broken my neck. I had an x-ray, 2 CT scans, and later an MRI looked at by Ascension St. Vincent's doctors. Each time they had told me I had no injuries in this area, I knew their diagnosis was an error as my condition worsened. The area became infected and infested with parasites. By summer 2019, I almost died. I obtained my medical records from your hospital along with the x-ray, CT, MRI imagery and discovered the truth of my injury. I had broken bone in the underside of my skull in the area of the condylar canal and occipital condyle. How the doctors could have missed such a large and serious injury over multiple hospital visits is inexcusable. I believe some element of organized corruption may exist in this hospital. I have compiled over 10 hours of video documentation on what happened to me on my YouTube channel, and the name of the channel is My Medical Nightmare. I believe I may have been a victim of patient dumping in the course of my seeking treatment, which is a violation of EMTALA, E-M-T-A-L-A. When I told medical staff associated with Ascension about my discovery that I had been misdiagnosed repeatedly, I was personally attacked and my psychological state was challenged, and this is reflected in medical records I obtained later. I could not obtain proper treatment or diagnosis for this injury because doctors and nurses that I would subsequently have encounters with would only entertain what the erroneous Ascension ER findings were. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years, had the misfortune of working in an Ascension hospital. When I questioned my MRI findings involving St. Vincent's Ambulatory Healthcare Network LLC and Dr. Michael Brandt Ruff, MD, radiologist, in March 2019. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years and worked in the Ascension Hospital, she was terminated from her job there around the same time. And so this phone call, I challenge the misdiagnosis of Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama, and I challenge the policy of this hospital. And Mr. Pichike, I think you need to look into this, please. Please listen to my message, look into what I'm saying, and you're free to contact me. Thank you.